But just be real and be honest with yourself. Are you really being yourself? Hello my loves, it's Naya. Welcome back to another video. Y'all, I'm so excited to make this video right now. I haven't sat here and talked to y'all in a minute. Like, you know, the thing is like, I always have things to talk about. I always, like, if you were to catch me in person, like in a real conversation, and like you brought up one of these said topics, right? Oh, boom, flow state. I've been just really thinking about, you know, today's topic, today's idea. I do remember thinking about, like, damn, like, this generation is just full of like posers. Now, I don't want to speak of like this generation as if like, oh, it's me against the world, or like trying to group everybody in, because I know there's always those people. So if it applies to you, it applies to you, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. But just be real and be honest with yourself. Are you really being yourself? And not even you, not my viewers, because I know my viewers be themselves, yes. But it's just like everybody seems like they're so afraid to be themselves. Like, you know, everybody has been through that. Like, I get it, I understand. Everybody wants to seem nonchalant, like they don't care. But trust me, baby, it's better on the other side. It's better when you chalant. You just have to know how to chalant. Like, the reason why people be nonchalant is because they just don't know how to chalant. They be chalanting too much. And you just have to know how to just stay you and not like get caught up in the smoke and mirrors. It's like, don't get caught up in the noise. You're too worried about an image. People are too busy trying to curate other people's perception of them. You really should just be yourself. Like, it's just so freeing. Like, I used to constantly think about what somebody across the street might be possibly thinking of, and is there somebody in a car driving by looking at like shaking in my boots, when it's like, babes, just be you. It's really confidence. Confidence is not about, oh, this person's not thinking this about me, this person's not thinking this about me. It's, oh, even if that person's thinking this about me, okay, even if that person is looking, okay, like what? Like, it's a different type of self-love other than just the loving of your appearance. You're restricting yourself when you hold back, when you're not trying to do something because you're afraid what other people might think about you or anything. So sometimes even shyness can get in the way. Maybe you want to say something and you're just not feeling very secure in that environment, and you're kind of shy, you're kind of a little anxious. Trust me, I get that as well too, because I be in class just mute. Sometimes I talk, but I be in class muted. But I realized nobody is going to know me. I mean, I'm letting my environment shape me when it should really be the other way around. You should be shaping your environment. That's where the power comes from being yourself, right? If you see me looking down, I have my iPad of notes. Ask yourself, what parts are you hiding from other people? Like, what parts are you shielding from other people? And that's not, maybe I shouldn't say shielding, because that implies that like it's protecting. Let me just stick with hiding, because there is a difference. You should not just let everybody know everything about you at first glance, but you should work on how to decipher what parts of you needs that protecting, that like you don't need to be so vulnerable with them about that, but you should show, there should be like a general sense of self that you show people. I feel like a lot of people try to hide just normal human reactions. You know how many times I've seen people try not to laugh? Like, try not to laugh just so that they could look so nonchalant. And I literally looked in their face and been like, you're trying so hard not to laugh. And then boom, they start laughing. Like, why? You're trying not to laugh? You don't want to be happy? That's y'all's problem. Y'all sad and y'all want to be that way. Y'all angry at the world and y'all want to be that way. Y'all want to sit in it. But that's another topic for another day, for real, for real. And that goes along with my next point, is that we need to terminate the fear of being seen. Like, you know, when I just said in the previous example of how I used to be scared, like, what if the car across the street at the stop sign is like looking at me or something. Like, you cannot be afraid to be seen. You are a person, you are a figure, you take up space, you are matter. You can't pick and choose when you want to be seen, because you know that if somebody cuts you in line, you're gonna look at them like, what are you doing? But just a minute ago, you were afraid that when they walked in, they would see you. Now they're acting as if they don't see you and you have a problem. No, babes, be seen all the time. Also, bringing it back to my point of social media, because that's really where I feel as though all of this want to be nonchalant and put on a facade, that's where it all starts from, in social media. There are certain people that just do not post their content, and even if they do post their content, they're not posting the real them. They're just posting literally just a corner of themselves, when you can literally post a whole room. Also, think about it like this, right? Like, when people look at you, don't you want them to see you? Imagine if you have this really good friend and they're told, oh, describe such and such, describe you, and they say blonde hair, blue eyes, super funny, tall, very smart, and you are brown hair, brown eyes, you're athletic. They didn't even include that. I was gonna say you're not funny. Yeah, imagine they describe you as somebody else. You're gonna be like, do you even know me? You really have to think, like, if you want connection, if you're feeling even as though like, oh damn, I'm not making friends, like, are you really being yourself? Are you really allowing your true self to be seen? Or are you trying to put up this facade? Because it just goes to show, people don't want to be friends with the facade. People are not attracted to the facade. And maybe people are attracted to the facade, but eventually the facade is a facade, like, at the end of the day. And it's just gonna, you're not gonna know how, nobody's gonna know how, but all your friends are gonna be gone. It's gonna be temporary. Ultimately, that means that it wasn't for you, and it really couldn't reach you because you're allowing this facade to be a barrier. There's also this fear of disagreement and even being confrontational. Now, I'm not personally afraid of being confrontational, because one, confrontation to me does not have to be this big eruption. Like, it does not have to lead to violence. None of that. Does not even have to lead to yelling. Confrontation can literally just be a simple conversation. No pun intended. If you're holding back the things that make you different, you're gonna automatically feel like inferior energetically. So let's just be ourselves. That's the motto of today's video. Let's all just be ourselves. We're making it worse for the next generation to come, because now they feel like they have to put on a facade. It's really important to look at your childhood. A lot of the stuff that we deal with now is due to our childhood. It's due to the fundamental years. Don't look at it as a bad thing either, like, oh, my childhood, it did this to me. Like, just reflect on it, like, it happened, because now that reflection is gonna push you to be better. Yeah, just really take a deeper look into why. You don't have to think like, oh, just because we disagree, I have to cut them off. Like, would that really make sense if everybody disagree? Like, that's why half these friend groups don't work, because one disagreement and they're like, that just means that it wasn't meant to be. Let's really normalize disagreeing. That's what makes us us. The stuff that we disagree about. Like, we can agree about all the same things, but if we do, then we're the same person. And like, my friends, I would definitely say that in a lot of ways we're the same person, but in a lot of ways we're really not. So it's good to have somebody that's the same person, but it's good that they're not. And also, like, when you disagree, you can also categorize your friends. Like, okay, maybe this is why we have school friends, this is why we have work friends, this is why we have our personal, tight group that you tell everything, and you don't tell your work friends what your personal friends said, or you just don't mix the two. You keep them in separate categories, and that's because as people in work you guys agree, but as people outside you guys just don't agree. That's not somebody that you would usually hang out with. Like that is a perfect example of how you can disagree and still be friends and still be cool, and just, it is what it is. Are you really in the space you want to be in if you can't even be yourself? Do you really want to be in this room knowing that you can't be yourself? It's not the fact that you can't be yourself, it's the fact that you're holding yourself back from being yourself. I'm telling you guys, it starts within. It starts within. You have to make sure you take care of yourself so that everything in your reality can be 10 times better. I was explaining this analogy to my roommate the other day. Like, the way I like to think about it, think of a new level, right, in your life, a new opportunity. Think of that as a room, but the room is locked, and the key to that lock is you. But you have to be you in your full self in order to open that door, because if not, you're gonna open the wrong door possibly, or you're just not gonna open a door, and you're just gonna stay stagnant and just be the same. And are you really human if you're not evolving? Strive to evolve. And also, if you're thinking to yourself like, this is not the life I want to be living, maybe think, am I actually like living my life? Like, am I actually being present? It's kind of shocking to me how many people don't understand the concept of being present and being in this current moment. Like, you don't always have to be on your phone. You don't always have to be multitasking. And I get it, I understand, because I used to be that person. Because if I wasn't on my phone, I was trying to be efficient and I was multitasking. That ultimately leads to burnout. And if you know, you know. Once you're burnt out, you're done. And that really sets you back. It made me really realize, like, it really do be that damn phone. Like, it be that phone. And I'm sorry, guys. You're gonna have to realize it be that phone. You're not even living your life. You're on social media all the time. You're scrolling through Instagram. Now, even if you're just looking at your pictures of yourself and stuff, you don't always have to be looking at inherently toxic things, but if you're not living your physical life and you're on your phone, you're missing out. For my overthinkers, if you're in your head too much, you're also missing out, because you're not actually living your life. You're thinking about everything. It's hard to turn your brain off. When I say turn your brain off, I don't mean turn your brain off automatically. I mean, turn your brain off all the way, because that would mean that you're on autopilot. When I say turn your brain off, I really mean turn your thoughts off. You don't always, not everything requires thinking. Everything requires thinking, yes, but not everything requires thinking. And that's what I'm realizing. Sometimes you just have to let your body naturally just choose something, or just naturally go somewhere. So thank you guys for watching. If you made it to the end, hearts for you. That is the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. I low-key rambled, but it's okay. Like, I love doing talking videos like this, because I just feel like it's a brain dump. Literally just a brain dump. It's so relieving. Anyways, bye guys. Don't forget to subscribe.